participants, it is my pleasure to welcome you to today's webinar on the MBA program in Digital Transformation offered by the German University of Digital Science. Before we dive in, I would like to start our webinar with a short round of introductions for both the speakers and the participants, of course. So, dear participants, it would be great if you could write in the chat where you're from, how you have heard about us, and if you have any questions as well. With that being said, I'm Nicoleta, and together with my colleague Manisha, we support our students in their journey from the moment they start their application until they graduate. We're student focused and give our best to make sure that you have a successful and an enriching experience at the German UDS. Today, it is an honor to have Dr. Marco Bade as our main speaker, who is the program coordinator for the MBA program in Digital Transformation. Now, I'd like to hand it over to my colleagues so they can share a few words and introduce themselves. Professor
Okay.
Bade, Manisha would like to go first.
Sure. I can just briefly introduce myself, and you already did. So, hi everyone, I'm Manisha, and I work with Nicoleta in the Student Affairs Department. And as she mentioned, we are really focused on offering a very student-centric environment to all of you. And we are there at every step of the way, starting from your admission until you graduate and afterwards. We will be talking a little bit about the student services that we offer at German UDS later in the webinar. For now, I'm really excited that you all joined and really look forward to an exciting webinar today. Thank you.
Yes, hi everyone. Welcome. I'm happy to see you digitally. My name is Marco Bade. I'm a university professor at German UDS, heading the research group Digital Entrepreneurship and Finance. I'm holding a PhD in economics, a habilitation, so let's say that's the German postdoctoral grad that you can obtain in German-speaking countries in business administration. Before joining German UDS, I held some academic positions in French and German institutions, including TU Berlin, University of Potsdam, and the Université de Lorraine and the ICM Business School in France. So I came around a little bit in Germany and France, gaining experience in both online and offline teaching. Now here at German UDS, I am the program coordinator for the MBA Digital Transformation, and I'm happy to present the study program in more detail today. Thanks.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And we actually have a participant who also shared. Hi, Michelle. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. If not, I apologize. So, from the Netherlands and found the program online through searching online. Excellent. That connects very well with us being fully digital. And we try our best to make sure that we are on all the platforms everywhere we could be to make sure that people hear about us. And we will explain why this is important and why what we offer is unique and is in line with what the 21st century is all about and the future what holds ahead for us. I would like, before starting with the actual webinar, to give you a little bit of an overview. I think having a structure really helps. So we will be covering the following topics as listed here and end with a Q&A session. So feel free to send your questions in the chat and we will make sure to address each of them at the end. And throughout the presentation as well, if there's something urgent to be addressed, Manisha and I will jump in the chat and provide an answer as soon as possible. So, what makes German UDS truly different? Well, I'm thrilled to share that we are Germany's first fully digital university. We are a global community of thought leaders and academic innovators changing the face of digital education and strengthening connections with businesses across all sectors. We offer a unique opportunity to receive a German education and university degree at a distance with access for students from all over the world. So, before I give you a sneak peek into the metaverse style campus that will revolutionize education, I will first pass the virtual microphone to Professor Marco Bade, who will share all the key details about our MBA program in digital transformation. So, right now, I'll stop sharing my screen so you could start sharing yours.
So thank you. I hope everyone can see my presentation slides. Great. Okay. Thanks for the introduction. I introduced myself already earlier on this webinar, so I will just jump into the presentation of the study program. The study program is based on the idea that digital transformation is about technology, but not just about technology. It's also about rethinking how we create value in our economies, how we capture value in our economies, and how we can scale value in our economy. So as I already mentioned, I personally do have a business management economics background, meaning that since I'm the program coordinator, I will always seek to take a look at the hidden side of the economics of digital transformation. Okay, so we will try to understand how can entrepreneurial effort, how can strategy, how can financial decision making help us transform a business, help us transform our economy for the digital age. So that's the main idea of this study program. So this study program seeks to make you digital leaders, to enable you to lead the change. That's the motto of the study program. Lead the change in the digital era. Okay, so let's just meet one fictional character called Lenny. And Lenny is a passionate mid-career professional. So maybe he's working, or maybe she is working in a consultancy or in a family business or whatsoever. So he's in the mid of his career and he sees that, okay, digital disruption is reshaping literally every industry. So we see even in very traditional manufacturing industries a trend towards, for example, digital ecosystems and platformization of business models. Okay, so we see that many businesses start to transform their core business model from a vertically integrated business model towards a digital platform, for example. Okay, we see that platforms are disrupting industries across the globe. Now, Lenny dreams of leading large-scale transformation projects to help his firm, his corporation, his family business, his startup, whatever, to transform into the future. Okay? Now, Lenny needs help for that. Lenny's challenge is that he lacks formal management credentials, for example. Well, yes, he does have a degree in economics dating back to the 2000s or something like that. And he sees, okay, I do need cutting edge tech and leadership skills. I need to become a lifelong learner. I need to transform my skill set, my methods toolbox in order to survive in the economy in the digital age. Now, he goes out and seeks a flexible program that fits a busy schedule because he does not want to stop working. Okay, he wants to still earn money. He has a responsible leadership position which he does not want to give up. So what does Lenny do? He goes to the internet and searches for MBAs in digital transformation. And finally, that's the turning point. He discovered German UDS, like those of you who are attending today's webinar. And as Nicoletta already said, German UDS is Germany's first fully digital university. You can study from everywhere, whether you're living in the Netherlands or in South Africa. You can stay at home and graduate with a German university degree within just 1 year. Or if you prefer more flexibility, you can graduate within 2 years or 3 years. It's totally up to you. Okay, so the idea of this MBA in digital transformation, it is a 1-year MBA program lasting for 4 quarters. At German UDS, we have quarters lasting for 3 months each and 60 European accredited transfer system points, so 60 ECTS. It's fully English language in order to include everyone who's interested in this study program. Okay, so once again, why German UDS stands out? 100% online delivery in English, no travel, no accommodation. You just pay the tuition fees once, and then you have access for 3 years. So you can extend your study pace literally for free. And you can learn from pioneering professors and thought leaders. So I think that's what's most interesting for you, maybe the quarter by quarter journey throughout this program. As I already mentioned, we have quarters. For example, starting in April, the first quarter, or in October, you're interested probably in starting in October. So in October, the first quarter, lasting until the 31st of December, you will have 4 modules if you seek to complete this program within the idea of 1 year. So you start with essentials, okay? Transformation is closely tied to innovation and to entrepreneurship. So in the first step, you will learn how to solve complex problems. Digital transformation or transformation in the age of sustainability, that's a complex problem. And you will need some methods and tools. And one very important tool in this respect is design thinking. In order to understand, okay, what's a complex problem? How can I create innovative ideas? How can I seize opportunities and develop structured decision-making processes in order to lead the transformation project in my corporation, for example? That's the first module. And then you will dive into the more technical part of the study program. Okay, so the idea of the study program is you have a blend of technical and business modules. In the first quarter, we have more like the technical part. So you will have the course Understanding and Designing the Digital World, which is led by our 2 presidents. One is a computer science professor, the other one is a professor in the area of advanced digital reality and digital media. So a very interesting mix of perspectives on how to understand and how to design the digital world. Then we have a coding camp focusing on Python before we go into the second quarter, which focuses more on the business side of digital transformation. You will learn how to analyze data and how to make strategically sound and entrepreneurial decisions. So we will take a look at digital business models and venture building. How do we develop a sustainable digital business? And then there is this course called Strategic Management and Entrepreneurial Transformation, which is one of my courses. So in this course, we will take an entrepreneurial and let's say microeconomic perspective on strategic decision making. So we'll make use of economic theory to understand what's the foundation of making managerial decisions. And then we will take a look at, okay, why do we need entrepreneurs? What is an entrepreneurial mindset? And how can this help in transforming business models, for example? Then there will be another coding camp. So once again, we have a mix of business and technical parts. You know, when I studied industrial engineering and management. And what I enjoyed most about the study program was the mix of technical parts and management business parts. And that's really a huge motivation when you understand that in the future, you will be someone working as an intermediary between 2 worlds. You will learn to speak 2 languages. You will learn to understand what the tech department is telling you, and you will be able to translate this into business terms. Okay, so you will work at the interface between business and technology, and that's what this study program is about. And then in the third quarter, you'll be able to choose from a huge list of electives and specialize. So if you're more interested in the business side of things, you can choose electives from this area. If you're more interested in the technical part, in coding, in applied AI, whatever, or in data ethics, you can choose electives in order to specialize and become, let's say, a tailor-made for your daily business, for your work as a marketing manager or whatever you're currently doing. And then in the end, there is this impact project, which is comparable to sort of a master's thesis. It's an MBA program, so there will be this impact project instead of a master thesis. So that's the idea. Here's a snapshot of electives. I think the regulation says that you have to choose 50% from your area, so meaning that one or two of the electives have to be from the digitalization area, and then you can add electives from other disciplines. So for example, if you're interested in entrepreneurship, you could join another course on, let's say, entrepreneurial finance and innovation, which is another course that I'm responsible for, or digital ecosystems and platform economy, which is another course that I'm responsible for. Or if you're interested, you can also focus on advanced digital reality, cybersecurity, or artificial intelligence. It's up to you. Certainly, I can maybe provide you with an idea what these modules are about, but in the end, there are other professors responsible for that. So I hope for your understanding that I cannot explain in detail all these electives. Now, what about our teaching principles? Our teaching principles are that our teaching is mostly asynchronous, interactive, and focused on real-world problems. The typical forms of teaching are inspired by MOOCs, massive open online courses. So typically we have 8 weeks of lectures, so 8 lecture weeks. And in each lecture week, you will have between 90 and 180 minutes of lecture input, which are based on small, short videos. So video lectures of 7 to 12 minutes, sometimes it's 13, sometimes just 5 minutes, but small, let's say, call them knowledge nuggets. That is the substitute for the traditional lecture in the lecture hall. And then we have different forms of activities around real-world problems like live discussions or asynchronous discussions via a community platform. We will work on case studies, maybe you will get some coding homeworks, etc. And then there are always self-tests, small multiple choice quizzes after each lecture input, so you can test yourself and see if you understood what the professor just told you in this short video. And typically in every module, there's one project challenge focusing on a real-world problem, mostly focusing on digital transformation issues. Or in the coding camps, for example, you will have to write some small programs or something like that. Our typical forms of assessment are regular homeworks to keep you engaged. In most of the courses, there will be a project challenge, including an essay or a project work or a presentation that you have to submit in the end. There's most of the time a final exam, a written test, which is proctored. I think the idea is to make that a little more asynchronous to help you integrate it better in your busy schedules. And currently, we're starting to work with YellowDig, an online community building platform in which the professor and the students will have the opportunity to discuss about course-related content. And the engagement on this community platform will also be a factor, factored in the final assessment. So here's just a screenshot of our platform here taken from my course, Strategic Management and Entrepreneurial Transformation. It's based on the edX platform. So whenever you have visited a MOOC, you will see, okay, the structure is literally the same. You just click through a lecture week, you watch the videos, you do the self-test, and then you conclude the week with a homework. And that's it. And then we move on to the second week. And this is lasting for 8 weeks. And in the end, there's a final exam. Here's an example, a screenshot of a video. You have the slides, you have a small, the professor here on the top right, and then you will have the more of a feeling of interaction because you see the professor and it's not just slides and some voice coming from the off. And this is a screenshot from our YellowDig community building platform. It looks sort of social media. You can discuss, you can share files, you can initiate conversations, you can build small communities discussing something. You can use that for your group work. You can use that for building a community outside the university, meaning so extracurricular activity, if you have shared interest, etc. So that's a huge platform that will sort of replace or substitute for the face-to-face interaction, which is an issue in a digital university. But Yellowdig is a great solution to overcome these geographical barriers and to connect with professors and other students. So regarding the acquired skills, the idea is that you will learn the fundamentals of both economics and technology. Okay, so you will be the interface, the intermediary between these two worlds. You will learn to make sound decisions in digital context, strategic decisions, entrepreneurial decisions, and data-driven decisions. So my idea is to foster a culture of geeky business leaders. Okay, so there's this idea of the geek way of doing business, which means that you will learn what is a culture that is fast moving, that is evidence driven. You will learn to make sound decisions based on argumentative, free flowing decision making. You will learn what does it mean to be autonomous in the digital world. Does it mean to be egalitarian? So these are the let's say it's called the geek way of doing things. Okay, that's the idea that we want to foster such a culture. We want to introduce the venture mindset to you to understand that okay, failure is an opportunity for learning, for growth. I can learn throughout my entire life to become a better leader in the digital world. So, you will learn to design and govern scalable tech architectures. You will be able to lead cross-functional teams through the digital change. And you will be able to evaluate both technological and economic aspects of digitalization. So here's a career outlook. Of course, there are numerous other career paths that you will be able to pursue. Typical positions are transformation manager or chief digital transformation manager, chief digital officer. You could become an entrepreneur in a tech-driven venture because, as I said, there will be lots of focus on entrepreneurship, on having and developing an entrepreneurial or venture mindset. You could become a project manager. You could become an innovation manager, a digital strategy consultant. You could become a leader in digital marketing. So there are so many opportunities because there is this huge gap out there in the industry. The firms are looking for people who understand how to thrive in the digital era. And our idea is to make you future employees that can say, okay, I am able to thrive and help my business thrive in the digital age. So one last thing, what's the return on investment? When you join the study program here at German UDS, you will enjoy an accelerated one-year pathway, which is minimizing your opportunity cost. Okay, so you will be very flexible. If you decide, okay, I don't want to pursue this accelerated one-year pathway, you're free to say, okay, I will take 1.5 or 2 years. But still, the opportunity cost is very small because you just pay once and then you will have access to the materials for 3 full years. So you're 100% flexible. German higher education is recognized globally. So everyone knows German education has a very high value. We are accredited by the state and by several additional agencies. So the MBA is a true German MBA, and it is recognized in the US and all over Europe and in many other parts in the world. There is this high demand for digital leaders across industries. When you can say, okay, I do have an MBA from a German university in digital transformation, I think that speaks for itself. So you will be able to bridge the digital skills gap once you graduate from the study program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Bade, for this insightful presentation. I will take it forward from here. I will reshare my screen. Mhm. One second. Now it should. Ooh, it moved too fast. So you're able to see my screen properly right now, right? Okay, so I would also like to share with the participants that we're currently building our campus of virtual education. So we aim to create a virtual space with the possibility um, of communicating with professors and students through avatars, right? Attending classes in 3D world, virtual lectures, labs, and practical exercises. So let's have a quick sneak peek right now. It's audible, right? Oops.
We want people to spend their time in here when they're studying. So on this platform, one day you should be able to do everything. You should have your learning platform here, you should have your lectures here, you have your exams here, you do all the studying here, and it's also for exchanging and sharing study material. We also want to invite other universities and companies on Code, give them a space, easily reachable, because I think this is what collaboration needs.
Exciting, isn't it? Well, this is still work in progress, and we will keep you posted once we have more updates on that. And now I would like to introduce you to Eva, our digital avatar, who'd like to share why considering German UDS as the next stage or chapter in your academic career would be worthwhile the experience. So let's see what Eva says.
Hey, I'm Ava. I am a digital avatar. As a student at the German University of Digital Science, you stand at the forefront of educational innovation. Our virtual university model is designed to fit seamlessly into your life, no matter where you are or what your schedule looks like. Here's why choosing our virtual university can be a game changer for you. You have the freedom to access your courses anytime and from anywhere. This means you can tailor your studies around your personal and professional commitments, managing your time in a way that works best for you without sacrificing your education. Studying with us is more affordable compared to traditional private universities. You save on commuting, housing, and many other campus-related expenses, making higher education more accessible financially. Engage with advanced learning technologies that enhance your educational experience. Whether through virtual reality that brings complex concepts to life or AI-driven tools that personalize your learning journey, you benefit from an education that keeps pace with industry innovations. Connect with peers across the globe, collaborate on projects, and gain diverse perspectives that enrich your understanding and prepare you for a global workforce. This network can become a valuable professional resource for future opportunities. By participating in virtual learning, you contribute to reducing the carbon footprint associated with traditional campus settings. This commitment to environmental sustainability reflects a forward-thinking approach to global challenges. Our courses are designed with direct input from industry leaders to ensure relevance to current job markets. This alignment increases your employability, equipping you with skills that are highly valued in the workforce. Choosing the German University of Digital Science means embracing a modern education system that is smart, sustainable, and strategic. It's not just about earning a degree, it's about being prepared for the challenges and opportunities of the digital future.
Excellent. Now I'd like to change a little bit and move into the direction of student services. Now we learned a lot about the program, the university, why us, what makes us unique, and I would like to pass the word to Manisha, and she will share more about student services.
Thank you, Nicoleta. So as we already mentioned, we at German UDS, we don't only believe in academic success in terms of attending lectures and getting great grades. It's also about establishing a framework where you feel supported and connected throughout your entire journey. So to facilitate that, we have built a strong support system for you to empower you both professionally and personally. And how, you may ask, is we will be offering regular events on career coaching and webinars with experts from academia and industry. And you will have access to these events virtually across your learning journey. And you will also have access to the several networking events that we will host, conferences that we organize, and you will be able to access these events virtually and stay connected to your peers. Then you will also have access to counseling, academic writing support, and several digital learning tools that will amplify your learning experience. And moving on to one of the most exciting parts about studying at German UDS. So a lot of our students ask us if there is an opportunity for them to come to Germany and attend some in-person components or modules during their learning process. And to address that, we came up with career weeks. So this is a module or a component of your learning journey. It's optional, but this would allow you the chance to come to Germany, no matter where you're located in the world. You will be able to come to Germany and gain some hands-on experience working with German companies and having some career readiness workshops that will be offered by our team and network in various industries. The career weeks will be offered 2 to 3 times a year, keeping in mind the flexibility so that everyone can apply and plan the visa processes well in advance. And besides that, the internship placements will be offered with German companies in various sectors such as tech, research, consulting, healthcare, etc. And beyond the professional development, you will also have access to cultural tours and social events that will make your experience worthwhile, and you can experience the local culture in Germany along with your study partners and your professors. Also, at the end of this 4-week program, you will receive a certificate of participation. And if you are looking for breaking into a new industry or expand your international exposure, I think Career Weeks will be a powerful stepping stone for you. And then let's take a look at some of the experience that our students have shared with us. As you can see, the various testimonials from our students, and they are located globally. And what stands out in these testimonials is the high quality teaching, the personalized support that we spoke about, that we offer to our students, and the sense of being this global learning community that we are building. We are also really proud of the connections that we have built with our learners, and we are very keen on expanding this community worldwide. So now that we have all the key details about the study program and the various career enhancing experiences that we offer, Nicoleta will share some more details about how you can apply to our study programs and also join our global student community. Thank you.
Thank you, Manisha. Now, if you participants are thinking, okay, I'm excited, I understand what's all this about, and I really want to apply, I want to be part of this community, I'm happy to share that it's actually a very easy process. So if you were to scan this QR code, it would take you to our application portal. We have an easy application process. I would say if you have the documents ready, it should take you between, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes to submit everything. It's important to mention that the entry requirements right now are you need to have a bachelor degree. You need to have a level of English of B2. and a minimum of 3 years of relevant professional experience. And then you just submit all the documents required as listed here, and we do our best to give you a quick admission decisions. We aim for max a week. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, sometimes less. So if you are interested in joining us for October, the intake would start on October 1st. The deadline would be September 15th. So just make sure that you start your application. We have a tutorial ready for you. So everything you need, we have it ready, and we're here to support. When Manisha say and I say that we are student focused, we're really here for you. We are happy to meet with you one-on-one. We have weekly drop-in sessions for students. We hear your feedback. We support you in the application process. We have tutorials, be it for applying or enrolling. It's easy to do all of the steps, and we're here to support you. And with that being said, I'd like to move to the Q&A session, because we actually already have some questions in the chat, and this would be probably mostly for Professor Bade. So I would just mention both questions, and you would decide which one you want to answer, both for one or the other. And yeah, so how many study hours would you, one second, would you approximately need per week? Is there an overview of a curriculum that shows how each module is assessed? So Professor Bade, would you like to take over? You're muted.
Yes, so very difficult to unmute myself. Thanks. Yes, so the study program has in the quarter by quarter journey, we saw that we have 4 ECTS for each module. One ECTS corresponds to 25 to 30 hours of workload. And this includes lectures, preparation time, revision of the material, doing the self-tests, doing the homework, the project challenge, etc. Okay, so when one quarter lasts for 12 weeks, we have 8 lecture weeks. So within 12 weeks, you have to finish when you want to pursue the 1 year pathway. You have 16 ECTS per quarter, meaning that actually you have a little bit more than, what is that, 1 ECTS per week, so over around 30 to 40 hours per week. So when you want to pursue the 1 year pathway, the accelerated program, it is a full-time job, okay? That's the idea of the study program. But if you decide, okay, I will extend by 1 year, then divide by 2. So it will correspond to around 20 weeks per 20 hours per week. And when you say, okay, 3 years is better for me, then we're close to 10 hours per week, 10 to 15, something like that. Okay, but it depends on your, let's say, on your absorptive capacity. Okay, so of course, not every student needs 25 to 30 hours to perform work with 1 ECTS. There are many students who manage to do that in a much shorter amount of time, of course.
Thank you very much.
Answering the question.
And with the overview of a curriculum?
I think I don't have an overview. I have a module handbook. I think we have to discuss if we are allowed to share that to non-immatriculated students. But there, of course, we can provide you with an overview, of course, but I can't do that right now. I'm sorry for that. I can share a slide on that. But of course, in the follow-up, we can share documents that will show, that give you an overview about the regulations regarding the assessments. But I can say in almost every course, once we started the study programs in April, we had a very similar structure. We had one final exam. There are homeworks that you need to pass in order to be able to participate in the final exam. and there is a project challenge. And it depends on the professor in terms of the weighting. So the professor decides how much percent of the final grade I will put on the project work, on the homework, and on the final exam. But I think the Brandenburg law, higher education law, says there should be one exam for each module. And that exam may comprise different parts.
Thank you very much. Manisha, did you want to add something on that?
I think regarding the module handbooks, we have an overview of all the modules and electives that will be covered during your study program, which if you send us an email, we can share that with you. Regarding the assessments, I think Marco very clearly mentioned the different kinds of assessments that we have for each study program, and we can obviously share more information by email if you would like. Thank you.
Thank you. Now that you mentioned the email, I just wanted to share the next slide so you can see our email addresses. You can reach out to us with the request for us to share parts of a module handbook with you so you get more information on that. Dear participants, if you have more questions, please feel free to write in the chat. We have received also a comment. Thanks for your introduction. I have to leave now. I'm a friend of Wolf Versich from Kiel. Best kind regards to you all and enjoy the program. I'm convinced that you'll succeed in your MBA professionality. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And while we're expecting some more comments, we're giving you some more time to ask more questions. I just wanted to share that usually students also or applicants ask about scholarships. And what I would like to also share, for example, right now we're having students for whom their companies are covering their tuition fees. So I think this is a great opportunity, for example, if you're working professional, to bring up to your company the fact that this program would be beneficial for you, and in many cases the employers are covering this tuition fees. I think it's also important to explore external scholarships, as we already had the early action and early bird deadline passing. At the moment there are now current scholarships available, and all the scholarship that were available were given out, and the discounts deadlines already have passed. So we highly encourage you to look into external scholarships, also discuss with your employer, and see if there is some kind of opportunity for you to receive this support from them. We also have one question: how many students participate in the program per academic year? I also answered in written because we're a newly founded university, so we do not have statistics per year. Our programs all started in April 2025, so right now we don't have yearly reports, but we have a global and diverse first batch of students. 93% of our students are international, coming from 12 different nationalities, and with a ratio male to female almost 50-50. So at the moment, this is the information we have. We hope in the next years to be able to provide more statistics and data, but at the moment, that's what we have. Thank you so much for the question. Manisha, are there any frequently asked questions that you would like to address in the meantime, just to give our participants a little bit more time in case they want to add more questions, maybe related to visa or opportunities to come to Germany after graduation?
Well, I think there are some questions about coming to Germany during the study process or afterwards in search of career opportunities in Germany. So um, I think Career Weeks is one opportunity for you to come to Germany while you're still studying, and that also gives you a breakthrough into the German market here, where you have these internships with local companies. That opens up so many pathways for you. So you um, have like an initial overview of how things are here, and if this would be something interesting for you to pursue after your master's degree. And once you're done with your master's, there are two ways to come to Germany. One would be a job seeker's visa. So having a degree from a German university allows you to apply for a job seeker's visa to be able to come to Germany and look for a job. We can share the specifics of it if anybody is interested. We will share all the resources that will give you a much better overview of how the entire process looks like. And then there's also the opportunity visa, which could be another option to take to be able to come to Germany once you're done with your master's. And if at any point there are questions regarding the career pathways or more information about the study program, um, our like offers that we offer, such as Cove and other digital learning platforms, you can always reach out to me and Nicoleta. Our emails are mentioned over there on the slide, and we are happy to address all your questions that you have so you can take your decision about enrolling into the study program.
Thank you so much, Manisha. I think we have one more question. In the meantime, how much interest is there in this MBA? For example, how many participants were there in the April intake? It seems like I'm the only one asked questions. Am I also the only participant in the online session? No, you're not the only participant, and thank you for asking these questions. So in terms of giving exact number of students for the April intake, this is hard to give or share. I would say I could give you maybe a ratio, professor per student or student number of students to professors, but I would say our classes at the moment are quite small. I would say up to 20 people in a classroom or so would be quite representative of all of our programs. I would say that our MBA in digital transformation is quite popular across applicants. It's across the globe, including Europe as well as emerging markets. So I would say that it is a very popular program for the applicants. And overall, in our classes, I would say you could expect still smaller groups, up to 20 people, I would say. Manisha, Professor Bade, if you'd like to add some more comments here, feel free to join.
I think yes, that's the current state. That's also my experience in my courses is up to 20 currently. But the idea of our university, of our idea, is that it is scalable to the max. So in the future, there will certainly be three-digit, maybe someday four-digit now student numbers. But realistically speaking, this year, probably we will stay in the two-digit range, and then next year we will reach this three-digit range of students in our courses.
Thank you so much. I'm waiting to see if there are more questions, and if not, I just wanted to mention one more time that you can reach out to us via the social media, the website, emails, WhatsApp for Business, everything. We're here to support you and provide more information. We mentioned that we're quite a new university, and that means we're also very agile. We listen carefully and attentively to the needs of our students, and we try to pivot and provide better support, better products, better services. So we're here to have open communication, to hear your needs and provide the support that you need. Manisha and I really focus on that because we believe that this is more than just studying. This is building your life. This is building your career. And we want you to know that although digital, we're here for you to support you. We have also had students join in-person events. So we had a conference back in May. We had current students join us. We have another one coming up in November. So we expect more, to provide the opportunity to combine this online learning fully digital also with opportunities to meet in person when needed, where when there is interest, be it via events that we organize or the career weeks that Manisha mentioned. And in the meantime, we're just one email away. Feel free to reach out to us. And for any questions, we're always here. And also, dear speakers, thank you for your support. Thank you for being here today, for sharing your expertise. And I hope to welcome new students at the German UDS very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.